Hello students, welcome to Pramati Hillview Academy digital class. Dear students, today I am going to take up a very beautiful poem on killing a tree written by Patel. Before we move on to the description part of the poem, let us know quick facts about the poet Patel. Dear students, let me make it one thing very clear. Some call him as Giv Patel and some call him as Jiv Patel. Which one might be the right one? When the same question was asked to the poet, he said both are acceptable to him. He could be called by both names. But I will stick to Giv Patel. Giv Patel is an Indian poet, playwright, painter, as well as a practicing physician. He belongs to a group of writers who have subscribed themselves to the Green Movement, which is involved in an effort to protect the environment. His poems speak of deep concerns for nature and expose man's cruelty to it. Dear students, I am going to read the poem once. Please look into your textbook. It takes much time to kill a tree. Not a simple jab of the knife will do it. It has grown slowly, consuming the earth, rising out of it, feeding upon its crust, absorbing years of sunlight, air, water, and out of its leprous hide, sprouting leaves. So hack and chop, but this alone won't do it. Not so much pain will do it. The bleeding bark will heal, and from close to the ground will rise curled green twigs. Miniature boughs, which if unchecked, will expand again to former size. No, the root is to be pulled out of the anchoring earth. It is to be roped, tied, and pulled out, snapped out, or pulled out entirely out from the earth cave, and the strength of the tree exposed, the source, white and wet, the most sensitive, hidden for years inside the earth. Then the matter of scorching and choking in sun and air, browning, hardening, twisting, withering, and then it is done. Dear students, I have recited the poem once. Before we move on to the description part, I would like to give an introduction to the poem on killing a tree. The poet sensitizes the reader and highlights the fact that trees are living things. He equates trees with humans to convey that trees should not be cut, because destroying trees is just like killing a human being. A tree doesn't die by merely cutting, because a tree grows from where it is cut. If it has to be destroyed, then it has to be uprooted according to the poet. Dear students, let us try to understand the poem stanza wise. It takes much time to kill a tree. Not a simple jab of the knife will do it. Dear students, jab means sudden rough blow. It has grown slowly, consuming the earth, rising out of it, feeding upon its crust, absorbing years of sunlight, air, water, and out of its leprous hide, sprouting leaves. Students, leprous hide means discolored bark. Dear students, in the first stanza, the poet says that a simple cut doesn't destroy a tree. A tree grows gradually as it is rooted in the soil. A plant takes nutrition from the soil to grow into a big tree. The tree is firmly bound with the soil. It takes in sunlight, water, and air to grow. That too it grows into a strong trunk and have numerous leaves later. So hack and chop. Dear students, hack means cut roughly by striking heavy blows. But this alone won't do it. Not so much pain will do it. The bleeding bark will heal, and from close to the ground will rise curled green twigs, miniature boughs, which, if unchecked, will expand again to former size. Dear students, in the second stanza, the poet says that humans cut and chop the bark of trees into many pieces. But that is not sufficient to destroy the tree, according to the poet. The point of the tree which gets cut gives out sap just like a human being bleeds. Gradually, this would heal, and from there, new branches start growing again. Now, the root is to be pulled out of the anchoring earth. Dear students, anchoring earth means trees are held securely with the help of the roots in the earth. It is to be roped, tied, and pulled out, snapped out. Snapped out means chopped out, or pulled out entirely out from the earth cave, and the strength of the tree expose the source, white and wet, the most sensitive, hidden for years inside the earth. The poet says that in order to kill the tree, it has to be uprooted. One has to separate the tree from the earth which supports it. The roots of the tree bind the tree with the soil in the pit of the earth. From there, the most sensitive and hidden part of the tree, the roots, have to be detached. The roots are white in color and are damp. Then the matter of scorching and chalking means the drying up of the tree after being uprooted. In sun and air, browning, hardening, twisting, withering, and then it is done. Dear students, the poet in the last stanza says that once the tree has been uprooted, then gradually it withers and dries up with the action of heat and wind. The trunk will become brown, will get twisted, and will become hard. Finally, the tree will die this way. Dear students, we have come to an end of the poem. I hope you all have understood the poem really well. Actually, students, in this poem, the poet creates an ironic statement about killing a tree. He means its opposite. He wanted to create a kind of awareness in our minds that trees are living beings just like others. He criticizes us as we destroy all the trees for agriculture, urbanization, and even in industrialization. We always strike them, but they take all kind of attacks and wounds in their strides but refuse to die. And they always help us to preserve our environment. So then we can prevent the certain disasters of our planet. Dear students, that's the end of the poem. I'll come up with another video. Until then, bye children, take care.